Hello, it's Dottie B here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little slow stitch project. Now, last week I ordered a couple of packs, there's 2 packs here of little snippets from a lady called Jill from Betty and Ivy. She sells on she doesn't. She's on Instagram. She shows on Instagram, but she sells on Etsy. And these 2 packs, they cost £3.50 each. And I just thought they were incredible value, and I just wanted to show you what you can do with just a little bit of fabric. I bought these. Jill is from Betty and Ivy is not paying me to advertise these or anything like that. I bought these with my own money, and this is my own idea and everything. So I just thought these are ideal for little projects. She sells in the UK, and I believe Christy from Australia has ordered a pack, and she's got Australian postage. If you speak to Jill, I don't know whether she does US postage or not, I'm not sure, but if you have a look on Instagram, perhaps message her, I don't know. These packs are incredible value. She does other packs as well, big larger packs, which are still incredible value, but I just thought I would show you taking one of these and showing you what you can do with just a small amount of fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the green pack because I absolutely love it. And when I bought this, Jill said, "Oh, you're going to love the Suffolk puff that comes with it." It's the vintage Suffolk puff, and it's so gorgeous in greens, blues and yellows. So I'm having my springtime. If you've seen my daffodil tutorial, you'll see I'm in springtime mode at the moment. All the daffodils are coming up in the garden, the primulas, lovely lemon coloured primulas. There's the grape hyacinth, the purpley grape hyacinths, and the tulips have just started to come up as well. So the garden's looking very colourful, and I'm feeling spring-like. So I thought I would go with the springtime colours here. If I just unwrap the pack, there's a little bit of a blue trim. There's the Suffolk puff. I've got a little bit of what was probably a tablecloth or a doily, something like that, that's got little cross-stitched flowers on it. And then this here, I think at first glance I thought maybe they were daffodils or tulips, but I'm not sure whether they're bluebells. I don't know what they are. So just a little bit of fabric, springtime colours, greens, yellows and blues. So there's that, and there's a lovely stripy fabric, and then there's a little bit of, look at this lovely green doily. So, and then also it comes with this comes with a little bit of lovely linen as well, cotton, but it looks like it's the edge of a tablecloth or napkin or tray cloth, something like that. I think that's the right way around, tray cloth, something like that. So this is what I'm going to use. So I've got a base fabric, I've got 2 complementary fabrics, a bit of ribbon, a bit of doily, bit of embroidered doily type thing, linen, and my Suffolk puff. So that's all I'm going to use, and I'm going to have a go at creating a slow stitch project. So this is my base fabric. Now I can see that it's not quite square, so I don't know, I'm saying it's cotton. It looks cottony, but let's see how it rips. What I'm going to do is just, because it's not, I don't know, yes, it rips lovely. Okay, so that's that side. I'm just going to do all edges. If I rip, hopefully it will square everything up. We've got a little bit of edging there that it's not going to go through, so I'm just going to snip that off. And the same this side as well. No, it's not having it, that one. I didn't do it big, I didn't do it the strip wide enough. So I'm just going to cut that with my scissors. I'm going to bind the edges, so it doesn't matter too much about it not being mega straight there. Okay, so that should be about straight. Just take off the bits that are fraying, and we have something that's not square, oblongy, but the sides are square. Okay, Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to edge my piece, and I'm going to use this trim as my bottom piece. So I'm going to go from edge to edge and then just give it a trim. I'm just going to go slightly over just in case I need that little bit extra, and I can trim it at the end. So threads, I've just picked out some yellows and greens, not too many, and I've got my trusty peachy colour, peachy orangey colour, and my greeny, not green, yes, greeny yellowy thread. So that's what I'm going to use. Oh, I've also got a cream thread as well, just in case I need that. Needles, let's get a needle. Okay, so I'm going to attach that, and I'm going to do it quite neutral because it's got the spots on already. I don't think I need to do anything else to that, so I'm going to just use my cream sewing cotton machine thread. Just this one's a Silco. It's a newish Silco. I was just checking to see whether it's actually cotton. Oh, it does say cotton. I didn't know whether it was a synthetic, whether they've changed to synthetic or not, but it's not, it's a cotton. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the bottom, this to the bottom. And I'm just going to do a whip stitch all the way across. They're quite tiny stitches because I don't really want, don't really need them to stand out on this, I don't think. Now I've had an idea, and this is going to be my base for kind of a table to put a vase on. I'm going to make a vase of flowers. The reason why I'm making a vase of flowers is because I'll show you, I looked at this piece here, and I thought, oh, that looks like a fancy vase. So I'm going to use that as my fancy vase, the right way around, of course. Okay, so I'm going to cut round there and use that as my fancy vase in a bit. And I thought I need a base for my vase, so I could have it floating in midair if I wanted to. You can do whatever you like, but I'm going to have a base, and this is going to be kind of like a spotty tablecloth, if you like. You can't see much of it, obviously, but I'm just going to pin this because it's kind of just going wonky. Grab a couple of pins and just pin it into place so I just don't go off kilter too much. I don't mind a little bit of wonkiness, but I'm going to keep this quite straight. I hope you're all well today and you're enjoying your long weekend if you've got a long weekend and finding time to stitch. I know we Brits are renowned for our obsession with the weather, but the weather's scuppered our plans this weekend. We were supposed to be going to Melbourne and had to call it off because it's not today, but I'm filming this on Sunday, but I don't think you won't be seeing it until probably Monday, Tuesday time later in the week. So but we were supposed to go to Malvern on Monday, but the forecast hasn't changed at all, and it's rain, rain, rain. So we'll have to go next time. They have it on regularly, but it just would have been nice to have gone this weekend. But hey ho, this is one of those things. Right, oops, so I've nearly finished this. Just a few more stitches. Okay, that's that done. Right, ouch, pins are still there, aren't they? Let's get rid of the pins. And I'm just going to snip that now, just so that it's in line. Okay, so let's do another side. Oh, it doesn't feel very flat, but I'm sure once all the rest are on, it'll be okay. Okay, so next one I'm going to do is this, and I'm going to do the border with this colour. So I'm not sure whether I'll be able to rip this. This feels synthetic-y. So let's see. Oh, yeah, lovely. I like it when it rips. Okay, so I'm going to with the same thread, a bit of cotton thread, I am going to do a running stitch to pop it on the edge. I'm going to pin it. Let's not be lazy. Let's pin it. And another. Just trying to think where I want my edge to be. Somewhere along that line. I don't know why I've done it like that, because that's a bit wasteful. I should have kind of shoved it up a little bit, but I've got plenty of fabrics, so I don't think it matters. I will use it all up, I'm sure, on something. Right, so kind of like that. So I'm just going to do a running stitch. I could do back stitch, but it will take twice as long. And if I do my stitches small enough, keep them nice and small, then I should, ouch, be okay. I'm doing this about a centimetre in, probably just a little less than a centimetre, probably about ½ inch in from the edge. That one. And I am asked sometimes what do I do with them when they've been done. And I have a stitch journal that I made at the beginning of the year, where I put my little projects, because I want a little book as a reminder of what I've stitched this year. Not everything goes in the book, because some things are too big, or I use them for other things, but things that I haven't got a particular use for, I put in my stitch journal. But you can frame, if you've got a picture frame and you've bought a picture frame, or you can buy your picture frame first and see what dimensions you've got to work with, and do your picture according to the dimensions of your frame. That way you've not got to struggle to when it comes to framing it, you know, you can get it to slot in. You can make it to order almost. Right. So yeah, you can do that. You can also buy blank greetings cards. Right, let me just tell you what I'm going to do here. Okay, I've got that edge. I'm going to just go over once I'm going to finger press it, although this is a little bit synthetic-y, so it may not fold as well as it is. I don't know why I keep saying that, because it's behaving itself very well. I shouldn't. It could be. I'm saying it's synthetic. I mean, I don't think it's silk, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's not. But I don't know what kind of fabric it is, but it's going to make some lovely Suffolk, because it's nice and thin. I like making my Suffolk, if I'm making new Suffolk puffs, I like to make them from thin fabric. I just feel that they're not so bulky then. I don't like the bulkiness of new Suffolk puffs. I mean, if you look at old ones, they've been flattened. I like to iron mine. If I'm making new ones, I like to iron them so that they're nice and flat. Okay, so I've just doubled up the edge on that, and then I'm just going to get some more thread, because I think I'm going to run out. I'm going to do the same again. No, I'm not, because I did a running stitch last time, didn't I? I'm going to do like a whip stitch. Is it a whip stitch? I don't know what this is. It's just, I don't know, it's just that stitch you're picking up. And I'm not going all the way through. So all I'm picking up is the floral fabric on this side and a little bit of the white. And I'm trying not to go all the way through. Hopefully I haven't. I don't think it matters. If I do, you might be able to see a little stitch, but where's that black thread come from? So I'm only doing borders on 3 sides because we've got a lovely edge on this side that I'm not going to hide. I like my edges. And if there's an edge, a little edge on my piece, then I'm quite happy to leave it. That's a bit of a large stitch. I don't know whether that's gone through. No. Right, we're nearly there on this one. Okay, let's have a look at that. Happy with that? Yeah, it goes that way, doesn't it? Okay, and we're going to do the top edge now, and I'm going to use the stripe for this one. Now you could use the stripe going that way, but I like it going that way. Look at that, oh, it just fits. Just fits. Oh, perfect size. Okay, so let's have a little bit of this. I'm snipping these probably just over, let's have a look and see, probably about 1.5 inches. let's do 1.5 inches. I think the other one was around about that size. It's lovely and rippable. Okay, so again, put my thread out the way. I'm going to leave that edge. So I'm going to start about there and just, oops, pin it. Somewhere there. Okay, so I'm going to start from this edge and I'm going to go about there and just a running stitch again. You can, if you can't visualise a line, you can always draw a line. If you do it very faintly with pencil, then you're not going to see it because it's on the inside of your fabric. Disappeared. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to just fold that over like that. Give it a press down, and I'm going to leave my needle in because I think I can start from there. So again, fold it over, give it a press. If it presses, see if this one presses. I think it does. Yep. And then press again, and over we go. I'm just going to pop some pins in to give it, just to hold it while I sew. Right, just looking at this edge here, I could just chop it off, like that one is just chopped off. Or what you can do is you can take it and fold it over so it doubles back on itself. And then you've got a little bit of an edge. Just needs a little bit more, I think. Like that. My fabric, you can see my fabric through there, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. Because my needle's this side. No, it's not this side. Okay, Sally, get a grip. Okay, it's not that side, so I'm going to do it in a minute. Let's do this side first. Okay, this side isn't folded over, but I don't think it matters. Okay, so I'm just going to travel my needle along to the start. Just come undone or unthreaded. Let's get it back. I think I've got a stray thread there as well. Okay, so again, like I did with the other one, just a little stitch all the way along. What you can do if you wanted it, if you wanted this as the wall hanging, you could use a piece of felt or some kind of batting on the back just to give it a little bit more weight, because this is going in a book. I don't want any more weight than the actual fabrics that I'm using, but you could put on a backing just to give it a little bit more stability. you so wanted. Just stray thread that needs cutting off. Okay, nearly there. Take that out. Right, because we're getting towards the edge, I'm just going to make sure that this is okay. Just going to use my needle just to straighten that up, because that's a little bit wonky. Okay, and this side, this is the back, so it doesn't need to be perfect, the back doesn't. But you can just tuck that inside. I hope you can see I'm all fingers and thumbs, but I'm having to hold it at the same time. So I'm going to go there, and then what I'm going to do is, as I was saying last time before I started, just you can see the fabric, but if you tuck that in, then just do start here, just do a couple of stitches along. That just neatens that up. You don't have to do it, you can just have a raw edge if you wanted to, like that. Let's do one more actually. Okay, then I'm just going to go in there and push it down to the bottom like that, so you can't actually see a thread, and then just finish it off. Okey-dokey. Okay, so that is the frame to our piece of work. Now, as I said, I'm going to use this as a vase, so let's get cutting. It's old and I don't think it's going to fray, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go as close to the pattern as I can without disturbing any stitches. And I'm just going to cut all the way around it. Just going to snip that off there. If you haven't got a design like this, you could easily just use a doily. These have got lovely shapes on, because when I was looking at this I thought, oh, I'll use this one here. Can you see that one, which would make a nice shaped vase? There's this one here, this shape here. Can you see how that would make a lovely vase, that shape? That would make a look. You just have to look at the shapes inside what you've got and what you've been given. If I was using this piece here, what would I use here? I mean, there's a little vase, I suppose, there. Or if you turn that upside down, you've got a little vase here. I would cut down here and here. We've got a circle here. You could maybe make a round, something round. Bars, and then you could have your spokes of your stems coming out. So you just have to look at what you've got and see if there's anything that you can adapt. But I must say, the shape of this, actually, I thought, oh, that looks like a vase. Let's make a vase of flowers. So I wasn't actually planning on making anything in particular. I was just looking for inspiration from the pieces that I had to work with. And they, you know, kind of gave me the inspiration, if you like. So I was looking at what I had to work with, which was, I decided to use the green pack. So I thought, all right, how can I use the green pack? First of all, I was thinking of a garden. And on this piece here, I don't know, it just reminded me of like, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, and I don't know, all pretty maids in a row. Because I was like, these were kind of in a row, and so I was kind of thinking, should it go that way and kind of have a little row of flowers or something? So it's just different things inspire you to do different things. I don't know. So you get that inspiration from everywhere. You can look at your garden. If you've got a garden, look in your garden, see what's there. And like a nursery rhyme, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? You know, a nursery rhyme, or a picture that you've got in your house. If you read magazines, are there pictures in the magazine that inspire different things? Right, I think I'm nearly there with this. Going round and round in circles, got you dizzy. Just nearly done. There, okay, let's have a look how, oh, thumb stuck. So it was that way, wasn't it? We were doing it. And so there's my vase. Okay, kind of goes over a little bit the side, but that does not matter. Okay, I like it like that. Now, because that's it's white on white, I am going to do a little bit of colour. I'm going to use a little bit of coloured thread. I'm just going to pop a couple of pins in just to make sure it doesn't move while I'm stitching. Do I need to do, I think that's the right way round. Yes, it is the right way around. It's always good to double check, I suppose, before you start stitching on. Oh, my pins are going everywhere. Grab too many then. Right, that will be fine. That'll be doing. And just, it all fell into the lid. So small, hard to control sometimes. Okay, so we've got that like that. And yes, I want some colour. I want to be able to see my stitches. So I'm just using another cotton, and this is the yellowy greeny cotton that I love to use. I'm going to be so sad when I've finished it, but I've got loads, so it's going to be a while yet. Okay, so start anywhere, and I'm just going to do a whip stitch around. Oh, silly. Now, because I'm doing this, I don't know whether to actually stop the tape and do some sewing, or I don't know whether to carry on. I don't know. don't know how long this video is going to be if I carry on. So I want to show you how to make a Suffolk puff. I've got all the other things to sew on. I'll tell you what we'll do, because you don't want to see me doing this. Once you've seen it a little bit, then that's it, isn't it? Right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the way around with that. So just leave that there for a minute. Okay, so the next thing to do is what I'm going to do up here. Now, so I've still got this to use. I've got my Suffolk puff to use, and I've still got my fabrics to use. Well, I've used my fabrics, but I might use them again. And I've got these. So I'm going to cut all these out. But if I'm going to stop the tape, I may as well cut these out. Most of them out. Off camera. But I'm just going to go around the edges as close as I can and not touch the stitches. I think I might have touched a stitch there. Could be okay. So they're going to go on my little vase. I've got Suffolk puff. Now I've got some of this. So what I wanted to do with this is find leaf shapes, I think. And I quite like that there as an exotic plant. I'm going to start snipping. I don't know how this is going to put up with me snipping away at it, whether it's going to fray drastically or not, I don't know. Let's just see how we go. I'm trying not to cut the actual motif that I want. It's almost pineapple-like, or a seed head, some kind of exotic seed head. Okay, if I'm gentle with it, then it might be okay. Okay, yeah, I quite like that. I'm kind of like that there, and we're just gonna go for it. And I may layer. I don't know if I need another Suffolk puff, to be honest. Just having a look, see if there's anything else that's calling out to me. There is a smaller one there. If I've got space, I might put a smaller one on, but for now, I'm just thinking, should I put a smaller one on instead of the larger one now? Who knows? Right, let's cut the smaller one out, and then if I don't use it on this project, I'll use it on another project. Because with slow stitching, you don't need that much fabric, or laces and stuff like that, and doilies, because you don't use that much. What you're using are kind of like really small bits and bobs. Right, that's that one. Okay, so I might use the small, I might use the bigger one, who knows. So there's that, and I did want to make a Suffolk puff. Now I'm going to make a small one. I'm just going to pop these to one side for now. Now, what I find is with Suffolk puffs, whatever size circle diameter it is, halve it, and that's what size your Suffolk puff will be. Now I'd quite like to make a small one, an itsy bitsy one. I don't know whether to go for stripe or pattern. I'm going to go for pattern. Let's do a pattern one. Even if I don't use it, I will save it, because I'll probably do. I like this fabric for Suffolk puff, so I might do a few for the just to keep in my little box of Suffolk Puffs for future use. So this is quite a small one. This is diameter. It is, it's about 1 3/4 or 4.5 centimetres. It's quite small. So let's see how we get on. It seems to be playing quite nicely, this fabric. It doesn't fray an awful lot. So I might be able to get my needle towards the edge of the fabric. Right, so I'm just going around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that, where's my needle gone? Oh, I was using it for that, weren't I? Let's just take that off there. Bit of thread, neutral thread. Now you can fold them over, or you can just do them like that. When I've got a tiny one, I do them smaller than this. I do just do them like that. But I think I'll be able to do the edge on this one. It seems quite a nice fabric actually. It's playing very nicely. It's not fraying very much, and it's folding as well. So all you're doing is you're going around the edge and you're just doing a running stitch all the way around. This needle's a little bit too big, but it is working. You just keep taking little bits, tucking it over and running. Oops, thread's getting caught up. Nearly there. Oops. Just a tiny bit more, so get that edge over. Like I say, you don't have to turn the edges. You can just do it raw edged. Okay, I've got to where my knot is, so I'm just going to go by the side of my knot. Okay, and then start pulling it together. This is tiny. Oh, how cute is that? Okay, just kind of flatten it out a little bit and manipulate it to flatten down a little bit, like that. Okay, and then you just tie it off. Traditionally, I think you just tie it off, but I'm just going to go into the back because I'm sewing these down. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go into the back and just do a few stitches just to hold it in place as I go around. There we go. got a tiny, teeny, tiny Suffolk puff. But I think that'll look cute. Oh, look at that. My knot's not very good at all. Never mind, I'll be able to hide it. Try to do your knots a little bit better than I have. Oh dear. That's, never mind. Once it's sewn down, you won't tell. Right, let's have a look, see how it looks. Here we go. So we've got another one. Okay. And I think off camera, I might do another one, and I might do the stripy one, because I just think threes would look good. But then I'm going to start layering everything up. So have I used everything? So I've still got this to use. I'm going to use all these flowers. I'll just chop that off. What am I caught up with? Okay. So I've got that one there. I'm not going to cut them out now. I'm just going to, I'm going to roughly cut them out just to kind of place them a little bit. That's that, like that. And I've got this one here, which is rather large, but I'm going to find a place for it. There we go. That's going to go somewhere as well. Once it's been trimmed and fussy cutted around. Fussy cutted, is that a word? Fussy cutted? Don't know. So I'm going to do all those. So I'm going to arrange them nicely anyway, and I'm going to do one more Suffolk puff because I think they're so cute. Those little tiny ones. Look at that. And I don't mind that it's wonky. I like them. I prefer them wonky. Just finger press it down. Should iron it. Well, I usually like to iron them, but I think that's fine. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the camera off just so that I can get some stitching done. I'm going to stitch this down. I'm going to fussy cut around these, make the other Suffolk puff, and then I'll come back and start arranging everything. I might sew some down because it's going to take me a while to get some. I'm going to sew the big one down, I think. I like that one as well. I'm going to have that there. I like that as whoosh, like a lovely bouquet of flowers. So I'll be back very shortly. Right, so I have now attached the Suffolk puffs, little pieces of doily, and the little cross-stitched whatnots. What else have I done? I've sewn all that down, the vase down. I've just used like a yellowish green thread all the way around, and I've started to do some little bits of foliage. This is just some feather stitch that I've done. I've also just done a little bit of camphor stitch just here. It just felt as though it needed something, that one. So I'm going to leave that one. I'm not going to put anything on that one, but just thought that one just needed a little something, so I've done that as well. So I am just going to finish off attaching this last flower, this one here, because of these green ones. I just thought that they kind of take on a leaf-like shape, so I thought there could be a flower. If you look at a vase of flowers, there's probably the leaves behind the flowers, so I thought I'd pop another flower on top. And then I've used all of the little flowers that were on that piece of linen. So all I'm going to do here is just go round in the same colour that I've used on all the other bits. On all these bits here. I have used a peachy colour to outline this leaf. And I used the yellow, you can hardly see it, but the yellow on that one. I used the peach thread to sew on the doilies as well. They've all got peach thread around them. I just thought it added a little something nice. Pop that pin out. I've done some stems in the middle of the stems to each flower. So once I've sewn this on, I'm going to do the stem. I'll show you how to do the stem. It was just a bit of couching. I'm really pleased with how it's coming together. It's really bright and cheerful and spring-like. Oops. All right, good, one more. I think just one more. Oh dear. What have I done there? It's got caught on some more thread. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to finish that off. That's not a very good knot at all. You can't see the back, so I'm not too fussed. Okay, so that's that, and then I'm going to do a stem. I need a thicker needle, and I think I use this colour. So it's going to take a little bit, I don't need much. And just go from the top out, stick it through my finger. And then you just need to kind of visualise where your stem would go when it's coming out of the vase. So I kind of want it like that. So I'm going to go in there. I'm just going to finish that off. And I'm going to couch it down. And it's just a tiny bit lighter, but I don't think it matters. I'm just going to use one, I think I used one, no I didn't, I used 2 strands. So I used 2 strands of this. And then I'm just going to couch it down. So I'm going to kind of bend it a little bit. As I'm couching, I'll just kind of pull it over, just so it's not a straight line, it's going to be a curved line, if you can see, kind of like that. It's going to be. And one more. There. Okie dokie, so there are all the flowers done. Now I also had a thought, and I'd quite like to put some beads in the centre of this flower here. So I have dug out my beads. Let me just thread my needle so it's all ready, although I might need a thinner needle, I'm not sure. Got a knot in already. Right, let's pop that there. Okay, so I've got my beads, and I was just looking to see what colours. I've got a couple of yellow, and I've got that one there. Don't know whether wanted to do that one. That's kind of, I'm just going to pop them near. Yeah, I quite like that colour as the set. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. I have got some lighter ones here as well, and like pearly ones, but I think I'm going to go with the yellowy ones, almost verging on like a light orangey colour, or a deep yellow, I suppose it is. And I'm just going to pop them in this centre. So I'm just going to let's start in the middle. Hopefully these beads are fairly big. Yeah, I can get my needle straight through. Oh, just pop that there. I'm just going to go through a couple of times. I'm not going to knock my thread off every time, because this is only going to be displayed in my book, so it's not as if it's going to get a lot of heavy handling where the beads might fall off. I need to come up first. You could also do French knots in here, or a little bit of turkey work where it kind of it's kind of like loose. Which would look nice as well, but I've gone for beads. I just thought it would be nice to fill the little gap with some beads for the, oops, it's gone flying. Okay, let's see how many more we need. We could do with one at this, just here, this gap. Oh, that one's a small bead, and it's not going to go through my needle. Or my needle's not going to go through. Let's try that one. Yeah. And one here. Okay, I think that's ouch. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just do a couple of stitches just to tie this suffer puff down, because it's quite a large hole. I think if I tied it down, then I can see how many more beads I need. I think I need a couple more over the other side. Oh no, that's it. I think that's okay. I'm going to just pop these beads back. Shut that up so they don't spill out. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that's my beads done. Right, okay, so the only other thing I want to do is where I've got these little holes here, I want to put a colour in there, and I was thinking of this one. was going to go either green or yellow, but I think I quite like the green. So I'm just going to pull a length of this. This is just 6-stranded embroidery floss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. Let's start at the bottom because of the knot. Or I might, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to just tie my thread down there, because this here it's a little bit delicate, so you're just going to have to be a little bit gentle with it. I'm just going to start here, and I'm just going to do a running stitch in and out of all of the little holes. Okay, let's see how that looks. Like that. So I'm going to go all the way up. That looks good. I'm liking that. I was going to do a back stitch, but I think a running stitch would just be a little bit nicer, because then you can still see the white of the fabric. Whereas if I did a back stitch, the back stitch would kind of cover that up. So yeah, I think running stitch is the one. Again, because I've used raw edges, it is a little bit delicate, but I'm going to try and get it through that one. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then a little bit of a stray. And finish that off. I'm just going to go over to this side and just finish under here, so it won't be seen on the outside, on the front. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, I like that very much. Okay, so I think we're about done. It's finished. So that's it. So that is just, and I've got, let me just show you what I've got left over. I've got all this left over, so I've still got a lot of use left in my doily, although it's got a centre hole, but all these bits here, little kind of like trumpet things here, still okay to use. That will be going into my stash. I've still got a little bit of ribbon left over. I've got some little squares. They will get put into my little scrap tin. I've got this bit here as well, which will get put in. And I've got all of this left. So it just shows you, even when you're having like a little, when you've got a little pack of goodies, or you've just got a few little morsels of fabric, you don't need much at all to make a picture this size or even bigger, and this will go back into my stash, and I'll use it on other projects, but it just goes to show you what you can do with just a little bit of fabric. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Anyway, I've really enjoyed it. I love it. I think it's so cheerful, and yeah. I know what I forgot. I forgot to do the, oh my days. I forgot to do the little, I was going to do some more of these feather stitch. Let me just do a couple of feather stitch so I can show you what I was doing. Oh dear. I'm too enthusiastic to look at it finished, but I just wanted to put a couple more fronds, if you like, of foliage in. It's me saying it's all finished, but you can go on and do, you know, do loads and loads more. I could do loads more. You know, I could put a little bit of something down here, down here. I could even put something, and there's lots of little dots here you could fill out and go, you know, do a little bit of weaving there. But what I was going to do was just start in one corner and just do a little bit of feather stitch. Now, if you've seen one of my other videos, I'm not very good at feather stitch, but I get it done, but it's kind of a fashion. But I kind of have to do a bit to get my the flow going, if you like. See, it's gone wonky already. I've not gone through that one. That's got to catch the thread. I'm just trying to go through. I think that might need catching as well. Just go through this little gap. So it just looks a little bit fuller, because if you've got vase of flowers, you might have some little fronds of, I don't know, what do they put in them? Like, I'm trying to think of what it's called, that little spray of flowers with kind of like white flowers and stuff, and I can't remember what it's called, some love in a mist or something like that maybe, I'm not sure what it's called, or fern. Sometimes you get some little branches of fern in the vase, and you know, when you're buying a bouquet of flowers and whatnot. So anyway, I'm waffling. So let's just do one more here. So just adds a little bit more interest, but you could go on and do other little bits. You could do some more decorative stitching down the edge, some little crosses or something, or tiny little flowers. If you just did like a French knot and then some, just either straight stitch for the petals, or you could use a daisy stitch, lazy daisy stitch type thing. You could carry on, but I'm going to stop there anyway. I think that's enough. There, just a few more fronds. So that is it. That is it finished now. So I hope you've enjoyed watching it anyway, and I've really enjoyed. Like I say, I've enjoyed making that. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. So in the meantime, take care. Okay, bye bye.